vlog, another racing one. I've not done any other vlogs for a bit, which is a bit annoying. I've not had too much interesting stuff. But anyway, if you watch the previous vlog, we were at Belgium, and that was the Club Enduro, 750 motor Club Enduro. That was 2 100-minute races. Did pretty good in them, not in our cars, but the championship points still stand, so that's pretty good. This time out, we're at Snetterton, and this is going to be 750 Motor Club Enduro. This time it's a 3-hour race, and Scott's going to be in the Golf doing all the 3 hours. I'm going to be in the TT with Danny. You'll know who he is. I'm going to share the 3 hours, so 2 pit stops. We'll see how the strategy works with that one. So just in the wagon at the minute, just all ready to rock. Filled all my defect notes in, and because we're on private land, the side parts. Everybody keeps asking to do a video, so there'll probably be something on TikTok about that. Anyway, jump out and have a look what's happening. So the yard's pretty empty because it's a weekend. So Snetterton, they were there at the beginning of the month. I didn't do it, so I'm sort of a bit out of practice in the TT. They did pretty well. Watch that video as well if you want to see how we got on last time. So anyway, I'll try and do a U-turn this wagon and see what happens. Spent £2 on new tyres and left a bit here, so that's why you don't do big U-turns. But anyway, it looks worse because it's damp. Normally I'd reverse it out if it were busy. You can get it out. Scott says it takes forever. It takes about 10 minutes by the time you've made a couple of mistakes. Anyway, we'll wait for George to come. The taco's in. I've done all my checks. We best be quick or we might not make it. I need to go pick the George up. Seats in. Let's go. We have the George. Granny's made us some pancakes. Oh yeah. How long does it feel like we've been driving, George? 24 hours. And how long have we been driving for?
1 hour.
Yeah, that's the trucker's life.
We're just setting off to, we're just nearly at taco place.
Burrito, George, that's what we're having, haven't we?
And I have no idea how we're going to pull in.
So, see where we have to park up.
And we need to get some fuel, don't we, Dad?
Yes, don't forget the fuel.
I'll remind you after.
Yeah. There we go, not running to the hole. Yeah, not too straight, not too wonky, I'm in lines. So there's nobody queuing over there. But this is the future.
Have you ever seen the Green Ninny?
Oh, queuing up to some electric. These V8s are not cheap to fuel. Woo.
Hello, good afternoon, good morning in some parts of the world, or good evening. We're about to set off to Snetterton. Ryan's already set off in the truck with George. Matisse and Scott are in front of us somewhere in the Amarok. We'll probably catch him up. We're here with Paul, and we've got Tom today, so let's see if we can get some footage of him falling asleep. So we finally caught the Amarok up, and we're just going to do what we all do in good fashion. We've just come past them. We are currently on the motorway near the A14. Near the top secret test track for Top Gear apparently, and we have got 1 hour and 6 minutes left according to the scat nav. So on the A1 is shut, so this is going to be fun.
We're just at Snetterton now. We're just coming in. Snetterton.
I think I'm a bit close here, aren't I? I'm a bit close there, so what they sent me this way for? Oh, it's wedged. Got it. That's doing about 600 mile an hour, George. He's on his side, George.
So, Paul may have taken a slightly wrong turning.
Yeah, slightly.
So, here's the Amarok again. And we are now only 15 minutes away from Snetterton, so. Right, we've arrived. Ryan should already be here in the truck somewhere. Scott and Matisse in the Amarok, obviously we passed them, they're down that way somewhere. And Stelianos and his better half, Mrs. Stelianos, is, I don't even know where they are, they've drove themselves down here. So we shall see them when they arrive. Let's see how we get on unloading and getting in our garage. Fingers crossed.
The only way to eat pork pie.
Brown sauce.
Hold up.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, buddy.
Hello.
It has begun. Ryan is about to park the lorry. This is going to take 33 minutes, I think.
You might do.
We're on track.
We're on the track.
First place.
We're in first. First of the scooters. This has got cruise control.
17, right.
17 miles.
Max speed of 18 mile an hour.
It's alright, that, isn't it? Feels like 18 k's more than a mile an hour. Look how many people have been on grass here though. It's just turned to dust. So, the weather is not good today. Apparently, first time it's rained here properly in 2 months. Danny's car's here. Second place yesterday, he's done good. So we'll see how he gets on in TT today, eh? Danny's dressed for it in here.
Let me get dressed first.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go out first. I'll try and set a good time and then see what Danny can do. So he can, he'll see where he is. But
We're on Darkside.
oh, it's merging. See how we get on. Sort me screen out. I can't even see. Sort the screen out. So, Scott's here, 6th overall, an OTX, whatever, transponder it. They're doing pretty quick. We're down here somewhere, you can't see us. way down it there. 28, which is not that bad, but I've not done a flying lap, so my bad. I didn't put heat of screen on. Pressed the button that I thought was heat of screen, but that was rain light, so I couldn't see this heat of screen button. But anyway, it's not anybody's fault, it's not mine. So I came in because I couldn't see, found the switch, but then we'll swap it to wets, and then we had a problem getting the spacers and spigots and all that stuff. Same problem we always have when we're putting tyres on that they're not designed for this car. We've never run them. But Scott's doing good, so our race is dead anyway. So we'll see how we get on. Go on, what happened? You went faster, so that was good.
I forgot brakes weren't assisted when I first went out.
So you're pressing very light.
So I just eased myself into that first hairpin and it weren't stopping. I was like, what the f?
What, all the way over? Onto grass?
No, not that.
Till the grip came back?
Yeah. I'm trying to find a wet line, but...
There's one here, isn't it, in a few places? That second hairpin, like I said, there's just nothing there, is there?
Anyway.
3-hour race, starting 15th, it could be worse. It was a terrible qualifying.
Tough, wasn't it?
But everybody had the same problems and they overcome them better than we did, so we'll do it better next time. So, when you annoy somebody, because you say that your splitter's the right height when they're not measuring it right, they get you every time, don't they, Jake?
Yeah, they get us every time.
So
and it's the same bloke we've argued previously.
Yeah, so we'll go get him. I didn't know we were close. Scott's not happy. Scott's not happy. You're not happy.
We're only low because of not having time to change it.
Yeah.
It's only a bit of fiberglass of ours hanging out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Never. So the same with tool. Oh dear. So Scott's been disqualified because his splitter was 1mm too low on this corner. But yeah, we'll take it back to scrutineering. What do you think about starting from pit lane on cold tyres, maybe on a damp race?
Slithery.
Good description. Yeah, Tito rig. Oh yeah. It has started, they've called us. Need to hurry up now, get cracking.
Okay, on the run, ready?
The race gets underway then, so 3 hours of Tagiwa Club Enduro action underway. Made a good start, but some dramas there. There are the cars being released from the pit lane as well. Smoke actually from the Matt Fazy car as well that we need to watch out for. That's the 11 car we can see going through shot now. That's the Audi of Ryan Parkin, started that car, showing it with Dan Sylvester, now who we saw have some success yesterday in the MR2s. Up to 4th place on that lap, but the best lap of the race so far goes to Carl Swift to 205.24.
Yeah, that's right. Full of fuel, of course, at this point of the race. Now behind him is Andy Marston, who gets a bit sideways, but he's got himself up ahead of Phil Knibb, who in turn has Ben Rushworth to deal with. So Ben Rushworth, he's learning all the time this year, isn't he, about lap traffic. He didn't really have to deal with that in his previous sprint race in Exploits, and that was a real thing for him to get. So they've gone 7th and 8th, and off the circuit there is number 5. That's Jonathan Packer from 16th position and 3rd in Class B position. And behind there's been a change because another place lost by Phil Knibb. This time it's Ryan Parkin that's got ahead of him. Ryan Parkin in the Audi TT that this weekend he shares with Dan Sylvester. Great to have that TT out there. It's a petrol engine car at the moment, but I think the Darkside developments team are planning to turn that into a diesel engine car at some stage, because that's their business.
had behind the Lotus, so it might be good to go back to the pit lane camera if we can and get a better view of that. Is there a problem for Ian Jones, who was driving so well in that BMW Compact? We saw him that big. Yeah, absolutely. We saw that part. There's the diesel Golf just lapping the Mazda MX-5, the John Munro car. See the sky over Snetterton. It looks pretty menacing, doesn't it?
That's dramatic, isn't it? That shot.
And now, here are those area Golfs though, battling for second and third in Class B. And good effort there from Luke Handley. Just put a back marker between himself and the chasing car of Chris Freeman, so that's just going to help out. And just up the road, you can see the Porsche Cayman that leads Class B. Matt Fazy in Steve Hewson's machine. Both just lapped Scott Parkin, who's not going as well as we've seen earlier in the season for his Golf. I wonder if he's made a pit stop because he's... Oh no, sorry, he's 18th. I've seen where he is on the screen. So he's what, 5th in Class, something like that?
Yeah, 5th in Class B, yeah. So, but I don't think he's made a stop yet though.
He finished 2nd last time out at Spa in Class B. And he's 3rd in the Class B Championship.
Has he got a problem though? I just thought he might be looking like he was about to pull off there. Motorsport team, sorry, not the Area Motorsport, the Darkside development team, trying to find a spot for number 12 to get into. That's the Scott Parkin Golf, the Yorkshire driver.
One to watch its lap times. The last lap wasn't very quick, even for an out lap, which is concerning, I would have thought.
Rob Baker's just gone through his first flight lap since the pit stop to the 207.86. It's actually lapping faster than the 3 cars ahead of it, which are as yet unstopped. And Matthew Hampson, I think, has done his first flying lap as well, possibly much slower than what we'd seen by Andy Schultz.
Yes, he's already the diesel Golf going through there. The Darkside Developments car. Scott Parker is 18th now in that car that finished 2nd last time out at Spa. It's currently 3rd in the Class Championship. Car, the 270 brake horsepower, 2-litre TDI engine. The ex-Volkswagen Cup car that's been converted to a diesel by those diesel experts at Darkside Developments. The driver, Scott Parkin, is 32 years of age, from Barnsley, and a race winner with the MSVT All Good series, and now stepping up into the Club Enduro Championship position. And there is his brother's car that leads the race. That's Ryan Parkin, the Audi TT that runs the 2-litre TFSI engine, 2017 car.
Also obviously run by Darkside Development. Ryan's 32 years old, because he's Scott's twin brother, and he's been racing since 2018.
Itself really.
I think the leader might be in the pit lane. Ryan Parkin hasn't completed his latest lap.
He is. It is Ryan Parkin into the pit lane now from the lead of the race. So we'll see where he filters back in after all of this. 3-minute stop that he has to make, of course. He has got actually 3-minute 20-second stop to make, but he's got an extra 20-second penalty as well. Can't quite see from here whether he's handing over to Daniel Sylvester or not, but I can't see anyone with a mullet out there in the pit lane, so presumably that means that Daniel's got his helmet on as he's perhaps getting in the car. Pretty much halfway through this. There's the former leader of the race, number 11, Ryan Parkin, and Daniel Sylvester about to head back out into the race. But the new race leader now, Josh, is Carl Swift and Rob Baker.
Yeah, so that's what we were expecting.
Finally recovered. Sorry about the not happy with my stint. Did an hour and a half, probably. I'm going as quick as the car would go. Or at least as quick as I can make the car go. The tyre pressure come up too much, but still 2-3 seconds slower than the TCR cars. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. It's just annoying. But just the front end grip. We've got the speed on the straight, matching them if not a little bit better. But we can't do what we want to do. But anyway, Danny's in the car. We're going to pit him and put some more fuel because we had a lot of trouble getting the fuel in. That's really hurting us. We lost probably 30 seconds, maybe more, on the fuel, and we've pitted under green. So we're never going to do well in this race. We're 4th or 5th, so stupid at the minute. A lot above us and a lot behind us have pitted us twice. George is enjoying it though, he just wants to go on his tractor. So we're doing what we can. Danny just beat my lap time. We dropped the pressures down the front, we didn't change the tyres. The next stop we're going to probably have to get 40 litres of fuel in and change at least one of the tyres. So we'll see how we get on. But I don't want to slow start next time. We really do need to do a good look. So we'll see.
Including the 12 car, that's in as well.
Those
Scott Parkin.
Rob Baker went through. Perhaps that was before the safety car was called.
Yeah. Medical car can see he's heading up towards Cornham as well. So
Drivers out.
drivers out of the car. We hope all is well. Distinguisher.
And the Audi, which is a lap behind at this stage, goes out of the pit lane. To unlap itself, isn't it?
pits.
Into Ritchie, third and fourth, nose to tail. Mark Rice and Will Beach's Audi. He's got Daniel Sylvester in the Audi TT, really challenging them there. Did, and they're pulling clear now, even more than they were before.
Another good lap from Rob Baker.
So I wonder if this is some teams that have changed tyre. Oh, there's a car off there. Let's see if we can get a shot of that. There's a car off the exit of Williams. All those cars were going past, I think. I don't think I'm seeing things. Maybe after 2 days of racing there might be. I know it's the Janetta that has been having a good race. Were fifth in class, Matthew Tidmarsh and Chris Webster. They were battling with Scott Parkin, 0.2 of a second between them. There's Parkins, that was in front of this group where Chris Webster / Matthew Tidmarsh have had an off.
On your screen there, are we going to get a change for third position there? We are possibly around the outside at Richie's corner. That might change though by the time they get up to Wilson now.
Car, 16.9 seconds.
Yeah, that's for causing a collision, that is. So
That's a bit of time for causing a collision.
in the top 5 anyway. So those, we thought it's got to make extra, well not extra stops, but they're further stops.
TT's having new tyres, this one.
The Holden one spot.
Oh dear.
Oh, and that's a breakage on the 121 car. The left rear suspension or steering or something has collapsed there.
Well, with this safety car, I think we just get time for a quick chat with number 11, Ryan Parkin. Ryan, we were chatting earlier on. It was actually a safety car ago we were supposed to have a chat, but better late than never.
Yeah, definitely. Like us, we're late.
Well, how's your race going?
It looks like we're doing all right at a minute, but we've just had to do a second stop under green, then there's a safety car. But we seem to be using a bit more fuel than we expected, and just as it got to 1 litre on the dash, we spoke to him and he said 1 litre, then the radio comms went, and next thing he were in pits and he said it's spluttering, so we've got a problem.
So with less than an hour to go then, what's sort of the aim, what's the target for the rest of the race?
I think if we do top 10 we've done good, but the car's just not right. It don't want to turn in, it don't want to exit the corners. We're not quite there yet. We've got the pace on the straights, the TCRs are sort of, I'd say we're a bit quicker than the TCRs because we've got a bit more power, but the corner just can't, for some reason we can't get the car to turn.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye on you, Ryan. Ryan, thank you so much for the chat.
Cheers for that.
Here comes the RS3 down the inside into Williams. There's not really room for that, so he had to back out of it. In the background, it's still the Porsche Cayman ahead in Class B.
It is for the moment, yes, ahead of Chris Freeman, but just behind those two cars disputing second place on the road as well. And as they're sort of getting slower cars between them now, as well as they come up towards the end of this lap. There's the 13 car of Houston and Faisy, and then 14 right behind is Chris Freeman in the Golf. This is the battle for the Class B victory.
So the lead as well, in lap 68. Oh, and the Porsche Cayman had a huge slide, and off the road goes Steve Hewson's Porsche, and Christopher Freeman goes through into the lead of Class B. The Area Motorsport Golf then ahead, wide over the curves. So can Chris Freeman Look, he's right underneath the rear wing. He's got a tighter line. He's back up the inside into Williams. They changed positions less than a lap ago, and they're changing again in. You said there's time to go. Well, it didn't take long.
No, well, and who would rule out another change of position before the end?
Before the next corner.
I was going to say, before the next corner, let alone the end of the race. Because it looks like Houston and Fazy's Porsche is getting back alongside on the rundown. Yep, back in front.
Wow. We thought the
And
car-
yellow flags there, we can see Brundle and Nelson as well. Now, I can't see why that is at the moment. I think the move was done before the yellow flags.
Chris Freeman, the driver who's been in the car for the whole way. The car's going off everywhere here. The Giannetta's got damage.
Yeah, it's the front bodywork that's gone this time. It was the rear bodywork yesterday.
And it's Michael Downey's involved, the
Oh,
Clubman
it is.
Cup leader.
And we saw the Scirocco going through shot there, didn't we, to retake the Clubman Cup lead. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Presumably there's been some contact between the Giannetta and the Porsche of Michael Downey. Though both of those cars are right on the edge of the circuit as well, Josh, up there at Hamilton. Place is going to go across the line now to Andy Marston and Brett Evans in the number 37 BMW M3. It does. And then Class B victory goes to Chris Freeman, number 14, so he takes the checker flag to win Class B.
Checkered flag under safety car, 10 minutes early. Not ideal. Happy or not happy? You what? Happy or not happy? Not happy. Not happy. It's a sweaty thing, isn't it?
It's too hot in there, man.
Yeah, we need to sort that out, don't we?
Sort that out big time.
Yeah. Still a bit understeery.
Big time. We were alright. Once it got warm at the front, it was just off.
Yeah. You've got to manage it so much, haven't you? It's
I
like,
just back off all the time, but then you lose time off everyone else.
yeah.
Couldn't keep with that M3, no way.
No. Probably no slower on straight.
See what I did when I went back out?
No.
Second corner, brake, nothing happens. It's stone cold. I couldn't believe how cold they were.
Yeah.
Look, I fucking had it smashed into an leash straight away.
Did you?
Big time.
What, just touched it or not?
No, I didn't hit
No,
it.
no.
I had to basically dive down his inside.
Right. And make him see you. Right. Since we're brothers. No! Oh, he's so wet! Get up! Look at the state of that. I've never seen you sweat that much.
I never normally sweat, do I?
Oh dear.
I'm used to having to drive so long. Constantly.
The wagon's coming.
Let's have a listen. So, this is Monday, the day after. We didn't do too well yesterday. Few little issues. TT used too much fuel. Danny came in because he had no radio comms when it was spluttering. So we ended up finishing 14th. We pitted under green every time and the lap after the safety car, so that's unfortunate. Scott started from the back, doing pretty well, and then when he pitted, he had to do an extra long stop and the safety car were pretty quick, so that put him in a bit of a crappy position. Then the next pit stop, because he was still so far behind everybody else, he ended up coming out behind the safety car train and lost a lap, and that were it. Pretty much race over for him. So
We did as well as we could considering what happened, but the car pace weren't there for the Golf and the TT, which the Golf's not normally a concern, so we do need to figure that out. But me and George made the most, stayed at a nice place last night. We'll put the link to where you can book it there, Cobweb Cottage. Apparently a lot of people racing at Snetterton go there. Nice little like glamping, hot tubs, all that sort of stuff, but we just stayed in a little cottage thing. And then we came to the zoo afterwards, which were pretty good, weren't it, George?
It can swim.
So we're on our way home now. 3 hours 50 minutes. Should be home for tea.